Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to Love and Reload, the voice of the relocation industry. I am your host, Ben Cross, and we are blessed and honored to be here with a bunch of people today. We've actually got the University of Texas at Dallas Global Mobility Club in the house here. The brightest young minds in global mobility are with us today. We're going to hear all about what they're doing over here at UTD. I love this program. I'm a huge fan. I've had the pleasure of working with this club now for the last 2-3 years and watching it grow and develop and the really cool initiatives that they're doing. So we're going to learn all about all that kind of stuff that they're producing right now. They have a ton of different programs going on, especially right now and then through May right now, where we're also going to be featuring them at the FEM event here in Dallas, the Forum for Expat Management here in Dallas. So hit that like button, get in the comments. I want to know who you are, where you are. Send some love out to the UTD folks here. Also, if you've got questions for these young people, feel free to get in the comments and ask those. I've got a ton of questions. Like, most of us fell into this, industry, and y'all are setting forth to get into it. It's kind of interesting choice. No, but I'm really excited to hear what they're learning out there. So we've got a bunch of folks here right now. We've got Jackson Passage. Hey, Jackson, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you?
Awesome. Nafisa Tabussum, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. Great to have you here. Rashika Pasaparthi, how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Awesome. Very good. And let's see here. We've also got Lakitha here. Lakitha Pasapaletti, how are you doing?
Hi, I am doing great today. Excited to be here.
It's really great to have y'all. We got people checking in right now as well. I want to know if you're checking in, if you're watching this right now. First of all, send some love. Hit the little heart button. Send some love out here to Dallas. But also, I want to know what questions you have for these young people. I think it's so cool that young people are getting involved in our industry. Tanya Maritini says, so excited to be able to participate today. Checking in from PDX.
Oh, nice.
What
Hi,
up,
Tanya.
Tanya?
Tanya was actually in one of our webinars earlier today. She talked about COVID to our students who are participating in some of our events. And so thank you. Appreciate it, Tanya.
Yes.
Would you care to give Tanya's like just review Tanya's work today? How was it? How'd she do?
She did amazing. So she did not a collaboration, but there were two speakers. Tanya was one of them in our morning session, along with Kathy Burrows. So she gave a presentation on COVID-19 and basically pre, during, and post-COVID, and basically what we've learned from all of the whole COVID fiasco. So, yeah.
Yeah, Tanya is one of my favorite people in this business, and Tanya, I loved it whenever I can hear you speak, and thanks so much for supporting and participating. And y'all have had some really cool kind of speaker series going on this week. You want to tell people about the speaker series that's been going on? It started yesterday, right?
Yes, it started yesterday. We are conducting 6 sessions of speaker series this semester with 9 speakers who are the industry experts in the global mobility field. And yesterday we had Elise Sullivan, who started the series, and she spoke about the mobility trends and technology, like how what are the mobility trends, evolving mobility trends, and as everything is becoming digitalized, how is the technology taking part in the mobility industry? How is it enhancing the mobility part globally? She did a very, very enlightening presentation on several challenges like the cost reduction and how few factors like housing, medical, and schools are accountable to this. And she also showed few of the dashboard examples and tools that are used as a technical part of the mobility industry that kept the audience enticed. That was a wonderful presentation by her.
Yeah, we love Ellie, and shout out to Weichert Workforce Mobility where Ellie works there. That's really cool. So she was even showcasing some of the tech as well. Okay, I got to ask you, what did y'all think of the technology? Because sometimes we complain in our industry, you know, or are we behind the times? You know, we think about all the technology that we use on a day-to-day basis, right? And in the palm of our hand. And I mean, do you think that there's a major opportunity to continue to innovate from a technical perspective, or do you think that innovation needs to come in some other area?
I believe that technology is becoming a very big part in the mobility industry as well, being it filing the tax or being it, getting the people tracking the people, especially when they are sent through the international assignments. So all these are becoming a huge part of what a technology can be involved and make a better impact in the global industry nowadays.
Well, I mean,
Yes,
you're spot
definitely.
on about the whole business, you know, tracking business travelers and tracking, you know, the globally mobile population. Jackson, what were you saying?
Yeah, I mean, this industry is just so multifaceted and in literally every country in the world. And since everyone has their own systems in place, having one streamlined method that is innovated to help the entire industry move forward collectively instead of having various parts that aren't adding up, I think is always very important. And I'll be honest, I'm a finance major. Anything technical related, I'm easily impressed. So I love anything technology related.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. We got people checking in here left and right. Get in the comments. I want to know what y'all think of this. If you're watching this right now, Billy Ho, what's up, Billy? He says UTD GM Club, kudos for the amazing work and being the next generations of mobility. Yeah, Billy's awesome. Yeah, it's super cool. Do you feel pressure when you talk to us old people out here? You know, you're like, we're putting all this like, you know, pressure on y'all, like, oh, they're the next generation, man, carry the torch. And y'all like, yeah, I'm just trying to get some credits over here. You know, do you feel a lot of pressure with that?
At first I did, but honestly, I've been in this club for, I'll say, 2.5 years now, and you come to realize that the entire industry, it seems huge because it is so international, but you realize that everyone knows each other. It's really just one big community spread over a few different companies. And so once you get comfortable with the first few people, it's totally fine. Like nothing is intimidating, I'll say, anymore. So I think it's very nice.
Are y'all feeling that vibe? Have you had a similar experience where you've kind of seen felt the friendliness of the industry, or are y'all still kind of new to it?
I've been a part of this club since a year, and it was overwhelming because this was a huge industry. Every part in the world gets connected, but I also feel honored nowadays looking at all the big events that we are able to do, getting connected with industry experts across the globe, and they're quite welcoming as well. So yeah.
Speaking of big events here, this FEM event coming up here in Dallas is probably like the biggest mobility event that's ever been put on, kind of in conjunction with UTD. What do we
Yeah.
have to look forward to? You want to just give us like a little sneak peek what we have to look forward to? You want to tease it real quick for us?
Yeah, totally. So FEM is the Forum for Expatriate Management, and they will be coming to UT Dallas on May 3rd and 4th for their Americas Summit. And they have
That's a big deal.
Yeah, it's huge.
The Americas Summit
Yeah.
is at UTD.
Yes, so they have conferences and summits all over the world a couple times a year. I believe their last one was in Amsterdam. And at some of them, they do the EMMA's Awards, which is Expatriate Management and Mobility Awards, and those are essentially like the all-stars of the mobility industry. Like if you get one of these awards, you are the top talent in the mobility industry. And so really it is just a big gathering of the brightest minds in the industry, sharing their ideas, having panel discussions, and basically congratulating each other on all the amazing work they've been doing.
I've often said North Dallas is the Amsterdam of the U.S. And I think now that FEM is here, I think we get a chance to showcase that incredible, all the canals and the bicycles. No, I think though it's really, I mean, this is a world-class event. you're right.
Yeah.
The EMMAs, the FEM, the awards at FEM are actually, to me, it's the best award show in mobility. I mean, it's black tie, get to wear the tuxedo, I mean, there's something to that,
Yes. Yes. And speaking of FEM, they are sponsoring our case competition, which we'll get to later, but they're providing us with the prize money to help our students who are interested in the mobility industry really take a hold and research all the opportunities and the industry itself. So they've provided us with $1,500 for first place, $1,000 for second, and $500 for third, which at UT Dallas, that's one of the highest case competition awards. So we're very thankful to have FEM being sponsoring us this semester.
Wow, that's incredible. All right, how many of you are participating in the case competition? Show of hands.
We can't because we're the ones setting it up.
You can't participate.
Yeah, a little conflict of interest. Yeah.
All that juicy prize money floating around, and you can't even participate. All right, I'm going to ask you anyway. If you were how many have participated in the past? Has anyone participated in prior years case competitions?
I've always been an officer. I've never.
This is why we vet the questions before we start asking them. Let me ask it in a different way. If you were to participate, if you were one of the winners, how would you spend the prize money? Lakeitha, you look inspired by this question.
That's a nice question. I guess just winning the prize money itself would be a big achievement because it is something that we will be able to. We will be doing it in front of a lot of well-achieved industry experts, and with the prize money, that's a huge start. I have to make a big plan for it.
Anybody else have any ideas of what they would do with that prize money of $1,500?
I would definitely travel.
I would definitely travel, he says. Yeah. Haven't we learned about giving lump sums to college grads? I mean, are we still? No. No. Yeah, I think, well, you know what? That's a wonderful way to learn, right? Travel and studying abroad. Doris says, I attended the Amsterdam event. It was great. Mike Felias says, my dad used to say Relo is a very big business and a very small fraternity. Very cool.
I like that. Chris
Murphy from Austin, an impressive group. Rob Zeitz, Wicked Sma from Cambridge. Dano McCoy checking in from the ATL. What up, Dano? Jano on my team there in Brazil. Loving the energy. Philly from Philly. What's up, Phil Leonard? Good to see you. We got Sierra Leone in the house. What's up, Susan? Scott Chapman, Chappie in Dallas. There we go. Falia's in Southern California. Very cool. Drew Phillips saying it's impressive hearing them all speak to our industry. They are being prepared well. We were never educated in such a preparatory manner. Wow. If you've ever talked to Drew Phillips, you'll totally get that. Yeah, Drew, I think you're right. I mean, it's so cool because we talk about how we just kind of fall into these industries and we, learn on the job, and we're just kind of like, we don't even know what we're getting into. We just take a job for whatever. But yeah, they're being intentional about their education and their preparation for global mobility. Let me ask each of you, I'm really curious, what do you feel like the Global Mobility Club is preparing you for? I'm going to start with Jackson. And we're going to work around.
What is the Global Mobility Club preparing us for? Honestly, it is preparing us just for professional corporate life in general, preparing us on how to network, how to leverage opportunities. So, for example, giving us lots of opportunities. We host a lot of events. We give our students lots of networking opportunities. So we've got probably, I'll say around 24 companies that sponsor us and partner with us for some of our events. And so it's a great opportunity for our students to go in and really get to know the professionals one-on-one, because really this industry is so friendly and it is so niche that when people hear about us, they're like, oh my God, I wish I had something like that. And then a lot of the time they just want to help as much as possible. So we get a lot of corporate workers who want to help us with all our events. And so they'll come in and really give us a lot of opportunities job-wise as well.
Yeah, 100%. And shout out to everybody that volunteers and supports the Global Mobility Club. I mean, we need coaches and mentors. We need organizers and people that'll get stuff done. as well. So if you're interested in getting involved, speakers, we need takes a village. If you're interested in getting involved, please hit me up, hit Jackson up, connect to all these great students right here as well, because we are looking for more people to get involved. And Jackson, you actually got a job through this club, didn't you?
Yes, I did. So I'm sure many of you know Kerwin Guillermo. He is the
who's that?
Director
Just kidding.
of
Yeah, everybody knows Kerwin.
Yes, he's the Director of Global Employee Mobility at HPE, and he works out in Singapore, and he is one of the sponsors of our club. So he's always been very helpful with our events, getting us connections, hooking us up with funding and everything, and he gave me a job offer. So I was very glad and appreciative to accept that, and so I'm very excited to be entering the mobility industry now under his mentorship.
That is so awesome, Jackson. Congratulations. Yeah, if Kerwin calls, you pick that phone up. I'll tell you what, Kerwin's a great person to work with. They say one of the most important things early in your career is not even the job you get or the company you work for, but finding a great boss that you can learn from. So I think you did really well for yourself there, Jackson. I'm going to ask the rest of you too. Nafisa, what is something that you've learned through the Global Mobility Club, or something you kind of hope to learn that might prepare you for your career?
I think basically also what Jackson said, connections, networking. Also, when I learned about this club, I knew a little bit about it, but I've learned a lot in terms of like what it is, and I really love the support that we get from every single professional. It's like a little community, which is really great, and I've learned a lot of professionalism from this club and being involved in organizations, organizing the webinars, than I would have in my classes, which is something that I'm really grateful for, because like I really get to work with a team, and it's not just on one project. It's like a continuous, like a whole entire semester endeavor. So I really appreciate that.
I tell you what, Drew Phillips says he just watched you with Tanya Maritini, and I better watch out, because Nafisa and Jackson may just be my next global executive team, which should make the executives on my team very concerned. No, I'm just kidding. No, y'all, it's really cool, because in working with you all, and I've had a lot of exposure to Jackson, and some exposure to y'all, but y'all are very competent, extraordinarily competent, far more competent than I was, I think, at your age. So it's really impressive. So it doesn't surprise me at all that when you interface with these professionals in the global mobility arena, that they're like really quickly like, yeah, we need to work with these young people. We need to hire these people, because y'all are very, very smart, for sure.
Thank you.
And that is the way you find jobs these days. I have a recruitment business, and they said 70% of the jobs in the marketplace are not posted, which means they're informal networks. So just so you know, but we do have a global mobility career fair coming up. And we'll talk about that just in a second here. But I wanted to get to ask the other members here. Rashika, what do you feel like the Global Mobility Club is preparing you for? What do you hope it's preparing you to do?
I think the biggest thing I learned from it is like it's not as daunting to talk to professionals. Like as a student, it's kind of, I was like very nervous in the beginning to connect with like the professionals in the field, especially because they come from so much more experience, but they're all very welcoming, they're very kind, and most of their goals is just to like bring more exposure towards global mobility, since it's such a like small specialized field. So they want as many students to learn about it as possible, and they're so kind to take time to come to our events at UTD. Recently we had an event with speakers from Deloitte and Equa Software, and those speakers were just talking about how the global mobility industry was growing and how they would love to have more students in there. So it's just so nice to connect with these professionals and network with them, and it's just real life skills that I won't learn in class. It's more of like out in the field, like exposure with them, that I cherish the most from this club.
Yeah, I think that's really great. The skills you learn in class are valuable, and sometimes you don't realize how you're going to apply them when you get into your career, but it's good to have them there. But yeah, I tell you what, the professional interpersonal skills, the networking and stuff, I do feel that is dramatically under emphasized in the undergrad level, especially, right? Like y'all need more exposure to professionals. And I love hearing that we make you comfortable, because I know what it's like too when you kind of enter into an industry and you put people on a pedestal and you say, wow, these professionals are, twice my age, and so accomplished, have these big fancy titles. But then when you get to meet people, it's pretty cool to figure out how just ordinary, nice regular down to earth people there. Lakeitha, I'm going to ask you the same question here. What do you hope that the Global Mobility Club prepares you for? And you can't say networking.
No, I am not say networking, but being an officer, I've been a marketing assistant, and this semester I've been promoted to the secretary role. And from then to now, I've been responsible for planning, promoting, and executing events. And also now I'm managing the club's operations. With all this, it has actually helped me to develop my leadership skills and also my team building skills, which is going to be playing a greater part in my career in the future. Also, I am able to get to know the in and out of what is global mobility actually, the trends about the technology, the wide number of opportunities that are available in this course of global mobility industry.
Yeah, I love it. And the event stuff is super, super practical too. I mean, I'll tell you what, this global mobility industry, we like throwing our events. We love having events. So it's also a really great skill to learn. People are cheering on the team here, really excited. Let's see, Mona here cheering y'all on as well. Claire says,
Mona.
hi, Ben. Claire's from the Forum of Expatriate Management. So she's really coordinating this whole event coming up in May. She says, just want to say hello from the UK and to express my admiration for the UTD Global Mobility Club and all the students involved in the case competition. So looking forward to seeing the top 3 teams present to our audience at the Americas Summit. Claire, also, please put in more information, Claire, about the FEM event coming up in May. Feel free to put a link in there or any other content you want to put in there, because we're definitely going to be plugging the FEM event since it is here in Dallas in May. And there's a ton of cool stuff leading up to that. But can we talk about what this is going to be like, this case competition? I know we were going to kind of save this for the end here. But I really want to plug this because everybody wants to talk. Who has the case competition prompt that Kathy and I presented on earlier today? Describe the industry before and during COVID-19. What do you think the post-pandemic history will look like? Can't wait to hear who is the winner. Yes. So can we set the stage here for this? Because I think this is like the coolest opportunity I've ever heard.
So for the case competition, there are going to be around 12 to 15 teams competing in the preliminary rounds, and they get to choose from 6 topics. And the 3 teams that are going to advance, the best of the best, they're going to present in front of FEM.
Is that what we're calling it, the best of the best? Like the final 3?
Yes, the final 3.
Final countdown.
Sorry, so okay. Those 3 teams are going to present in FEM. And the attendees are going to live vote, and they get to choose the winner real time.
Real time?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're going to see people jumping up and down. We're going to see people crying. It's going to be really emotional.
Yes. The UT Dallas Alumni Center will be a madhouse when the results are announced. Yes.
Pandemonium. The final 3. May madness.
Yes.
I love it. Okay, so and are they going to present these case, they're going to present to the FEM audience on stage?
Yeah, they're going to present their final presentations in front of the audience.
You think they're going to be nervous?
Oh, 100%. There's so many people there. I'm nervous for them, but I think they'll do great. They're going to come prepared.
They have all these. They have the mentors and they have all this support. I have no doubt that these 3 teams are going to do great.
I got doubts, Nafisa. I'll be honest with you. That's a lot. You ask these 40-year-old professionals out here to be on a panel at FEM and they'd be nervous. These kids are going to be
Well, Well, maybe if
freaking out.
maybe if we remind them that
They have to practice.
just
They have
picture nobody in the room, maybe they'll.
Yes.
Maybe I don't know.
I mean, it's for money too. Like, I
know.
mean,
If the top 3 teams are anything like our winners from last semester, I have full confidence in them personally. We had some great winners last semester, very knowledgeable, very I'll be honest, most people go into our events and case competition not knowing much about the industry because it is so niche. But by the end, the winners of the case competition were so articulate in all the industry language, and they could answer almost pretty much any question that was thrown at them by the judges. So we're hoping for the same amount of confidence and preparation this year.
hoping for the same amount of competence. No pressure. No pressure at all. Tanya's saying, I believe in the students. I'm just having fun with it. I'm sure they're going to do an amazing job. She says, I believe in the students. Tanya's an eternal optimist. That's why we love her. Saying what a great opportunity. People like the singing too. Maybe I'll open the ceremony with like a little serenade, like a little ballad or something, just to get people ready.
I'm
Maybe
sure
not,
Claire
I don't
would
know.
hear that out, yes.
Claire, could I sing a little bit? Claire, could I? All right, question. I'm just going to throw this out audience poll here. If I were to open the case competition with a song, I'll probably be wearing formal attire, so it'll be perfect. If I were to open with a song, what song should I sing to open the case competition at FEM for these students? Something that maybe is inspirational, aspirational, really sets the stage, seeing as how this is a real turning point in their career and personal lives, life-changing, money's at stake, things of that nature. Please put it in the comments. I want to know what your thoughts are. Anybody, any of y'all have any suggestions? What song should I sing if I were to open up the case competition?
Ooh,
I feel like All Star would be kind of like a funky
How does it go?
performance. But hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play. That one.
All right.
I had a similar idea. We are the champions. That song.
My friends. Is that it? Okay. Maybe that's I think for the winner, right? I think when the winner comes out, then we bust that one out.
yes.
Okay. Now this is fun. This is good. Jillian saying this would have been so cool to be part of in school. Sounds like such an awesome experience and amazing exposure for sure. Oh, look, see, we got people coming in on this question here. Rob Zeit says virtual insanity, Jamiroquai with dancing and lyrics about virtual meetings and work. So you want me to not only sing it, but you want me to come up with original songwriting, Rob, and you want me to choreograph? Is that a thing? Do choreography.
Dancing Queen.
I want to say Dancing Queen.
Oh, that's good.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, ABBA. Isn't it crazy? They're coming up with some real throwbacks here, these youngins. This is great. Don't Stop Believing.
Oh, that's a great song.
That's not
I
bad.
choose that one.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. Drew Phillips is also shouting out Lakeitha and Rashika as well. Poised for greatness. So eloquent, confident. Exciting to watch this next generation. Coining hashtags. This is great.
Jen.
Thanks, Jen.
This is interesting too. Claire saying the audience can be there. Is this gonna be broadcast? Is it only gonna be available to the attendees of FEM?
As of now, from what I'm aware of, it should be just the in-person event, but we can talk to Claire about some broadcasting options.
Yes, for sure. People are saying Eye of the Tiger. I mean, that's good. What do y'all listen to when you try to get pumped up? Say you got to do a big presentation on stage for cash prizes. What would you listen to get pumped up?
I feel like I sing. Like I'm.
What would you sing?
Okay. Like anything maybe. I don't know. I really like Ariana Grande, so she kind of pumps me up. So I sing a lot of her songs. So.
Nice.
Yeah, me too. I would just go for Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
Taylor Swift
too. Yeah.
Danny say it could be on Falling. Danny's making fun of me here because actually we just did a podcast where I sang the song "Could It Be on Falling in Love," which is a really good song. Claire's chiming in here too to also give a little bit of a shout out here to FEM and talk about what's going to happen in May. She's saying the event's going to be packed with not just an amazing case competition, but also panel discussions, roundtables, expert insights, mobility master classes, and more. We'll explore immigration, tax, duty of care, risk management, sustainability, and of course, the big talking point at the moment, dun, 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 AI, making the connection between the new generation industry, academia. So exciting. Join us and vote for your favorite team. Very cool. Thank you, Claire. I'm going to ask y'all real quick. Take a left here. AI, ChatGPT. What's the application to global mobility, you think? Shika, you look like you got something for us.
Yeah, I think like AI, it can enhance maybe like the basic tasks, so equipped for like doing the more complicated tasks. But like with AI, you can grow the global mobility field, and it can like streamline all the information to one database. So I think technology just makes the life easier, and I remember like Echo Software talking about it in our previous speaker event, that like AI can like connect the global mobility industry together, and it just has so many opportunities where the industry can grow towards from where it is right now.
Interesting.
Yes. Tom Richardson, the director of Echo Software, really had big thoughts about how AI being the next super thing in the mobility industry, especially in connecting people, like everything into one and making it really easier, as Rishika said.
Yeah, I'd love to hear from folks that are watching this right now. Are you exploring the ways that AI and ChatGPT can be used in your processes? I would really love to. I mean, there's an opportunity for you to shout out your company, shout out things you're thinking about doing. I want to know, how are you exploring the capabilities of AI and ChatGPT? Please put in the comments here. I want people to kind of, have fun with it. If you have some ideas, maybe hasn't got green lit yet, but you're thinking about it, I'd love to know. I'm gonna take a poll real quick from our panelists here. Elon Musk wrote an open letter saying that we should pause development of AI and ChatGPT and things like that for 6 months until we can figure out what we're doing with it. Put some guardrails on it. How many of you think that's a good idea? How many of you think that's a good idea? How many think that's a not necessary or a bad idea?
I don't think it's necessary. I think we should let the scientists do what they do best. I'm a business major. I don't touch STEM stuff, so if it makes them happy, I think they should be able to do it.
It makes them happy. You know what a slippery slope, if it makes them happy, is to talk about the legality of something. But we'll address that. We'll address that later, Jackson. I appreciate you speaking up on that. What do y'all think? Nafisa, what do you think?
I think, I mean, like Jackson said, like you don't touch STEM, but I feel like if you don't want to use AI like right now, then just hold off on it and maybe let somebody else.
So you're like, it's a personal decision. People can decide for themselves if they want to engage with the technology or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like let the engineers and everyone, the professionals in AI continue their development, and if you don't want to use it, don't.
Yeah, sure. Richard checking in from London. What's up, Richard? What do you think, Lakeitha? You got an opinion about it?
Yes. So there is nothing to hold and then think about what we will be doing with it, because those are innovations which, they are great innovations, and we are appreciating the people who have brought those into the light. So it is us who have to decide in person, like how you will be using it to your benefit than, misusing them. I believe it's a personal choice then to hold the technology and then decide as a whole big part.
Yeah. Rashika, do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I actually agree with Lakitha. I think I mean, technology is always rapidly evolving, and we're gonna use it when it's like very advanced. So AI is gonna be a part of our future. It's kind of inevitable with technology always growing. I mean, like a few years back, we didn't have like all of iPhones and stuff, and now it's kind of our everyday thing. So I think that's how AI is going to be in the future too, and the industry is going to use it to its advantage to make everything like easier and more accessible to people internationally.
Yeah,
All
definitely.
right, let's
There's a
see here.
reason.
What's
I was
that?
just
Go
saying.
ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying. There's a reason technology is one of the topics for the case competition, and we're covering in the webinar series. So it
Yeah,
is a
talk
big.
about the webinar series a little bit as well. And also actually I want to talk about the webinar series, but also because we got some more webinars coming up in the future too. But I also really want to talk about this career fair. Maybe let's do the career fair first, and if we have time, we'll touch on the webinar. So talk to us about the career fair, because I think this what we're doing here with this, I say we, like I'm taking credit for this stuff. What the team is doing here with the webinar series, or not the webinar, the career fair, I think is really game changing for our industry. So tell people what it is.
Yeah, so this will be our second virtual career fair at UT Dallas with the Global Mobility Club. Thank you very much, Ben. Ben actually helped us set up the first one. He gave us a lot of the connections that ended up participating. But this year we've got 8 amazing companies that will be presenting their companies to the students, because let's be honest, we are so niche that a lot of the big names in the mobility industry are still relatively unknown to students. So the
Right.
companies have an opportunity to give a full presentation on what exactly they do, how they fit into the industry, and then they get to present their jobs that our students can apply for. And so last semester we also had 8 companies, very very strong lineup. So this year we've got Serva, we've got Air Inc., we've got Equus Software, Altair Global, Altovita, Grable, Vialto. And speaking of Vialto, our contacts there who also help sponsor us, Louis and Kristen, they are up for one of the awards at the MS Award show at FEM. So wishing them luck. And then we are also having Badmus and Associates Immigration Law, which is a local law firm in Dallas that is specifically for immigration, so it fits perfectly into the industry.
Yeah, that's an incredible lineup that you just rattled off there. I mean, leaders in RMCs, leaders in data for our industry, like you said, immigration, tax. I mean, really touching all of the disciplines of global mobility. I'd like to see a few more corporate housing and household goods movers in there, but it's cool if y'all aren't into that kind of stuff. I get it. But no, I mean, I thought that was a pretty impressive lineup, real who's who. So,
Yeah.
what types of jobs are these that companies are most likely hiring for at the career fair?
So a lot of them are offering internships or entry-level positions to our students. So for example, Serva, they have this relocation consultant opening that they usually come to us with. Badmus and Associates, they have a legal immigration caseworker position. And then a lot of them, they either have relatively new intern companies, or they will fit students wherever they fit into the company. So it's very flexible. Students came back to us last year saying they applied to every single company, and that the opportunities that they were provided were unfounded, that they would have a hard time finding elsewhere. And then I do want to shout out Air Inc. because they've like one of the coolest entry-level jobs that I have seen. I can't think of the specific title, but basically they send these people around to different countries in the world, and they have to do benchmarking and figure out how much like the cost of living is, how much specific items cost in grocery stores. And they just get to travel full time as a job, and I think that's really cool. Like
that is the coolest job.
Yeah.
I know the people at Air Inc. You know, Rob's over here in the comments here. My friend Morgan Crosby over there. I think we had another Air Inker here, maybe from Dallas. And I've never been offered this position of traveling the world and telling people what things cost. I don't know why I wasn't, am I not, Jackson, am I not qualified? What do you think the issue is? Am I, because I didn't attend the career fair last year? Why didn't I not get this opportunity?
It's definitely because you couldn't attend the career fair. It's only open to our students, unfortunately. I'm sorry to tell you.
I might take a couple classes for that job.
We're having Jordan Blue present for us tomorrow for representing Air Inc. So if you want to join, maybe you can ask him.
I might ask him myself. I might put it right in the chat. Like, Jordan, listen, I met you at BAM. Thought we were cool. You said we connect, collaborate, see what's up, and then look at this. So Stephanie says you and I are going to the HEB and collect prices here locally. Thanks, Stephanie. I was thinking more like Bali, but we can start. If I got to cut my teeth in North Dallas, I will. But I was hoping to maybe go somewhere a little more exotic.
Perfect. Yes. And then
bait and switch there.
This semester we're also having like kind of a lead up event to our career fair. So we're having 2 career panels. So one of them is about career stories. That one is moderated by Taylor Smith over at Talent Mobility Search, and it'll
Taylor Swift? Where?
Taylor Smith, sorry.
Oh, all right.
Taylor Smith, Talent Mobility Search, and then the panelists are going to be Kate Williams, Jessica Wyatt, Michelle Nelson, and Susie Chapman, and they're going to be talking about how they found the industry, how to succeed in corporate life, and their stories on where they are now. And then
when is that going to be?
That is April 11th. And then the same day we have another panel moderated by Sean Collins, also at Talent Mobility Search, on how to prepare for an internship and entry-level job. And that one is being spoken on by Anna McMahon and Danielle Jimenez. So we've got very qualified people trying to help our students, and we're just looking forward to a great turnout.
That's awesome. And if people want to register for these webinars, if all of these non-students, these second-class citizens that are tuning in right now want to go ahead and log in and join these webinars, are they able to do so, or is this strictly for the students?
Yeah, so professionals can join and listen.
Okay, good. I was feeling a little excluded.
We should have the links and flyers up on our LinkedIn page, UTD GMC. And then we'll be posting some more in the coming days as well as the events unfold. And then, yeah, if you ever want to participate, we're always looking for more speakers and sponsors. So feel free to reach out.
No, I'm shy. But hey, I like it though. The learning sounds really amazing. We got people chiming in here, and I know some of you have to go because you have to prepare for a session that you're hosting right now.
Yes, we are now having a webinar session on mobility, on the mobility innovation strategy and sustainability by Karen Mendes, who is the global mobility manager at Oricon. So she will be talking about the development and implementation of new technologies and practices that are enabling more effective and efficient management of employees across the borders, and also how to optimize the global workforce, considering the social and environmental impact of the employee mobility to contribute to more of a sustainable world.
Okay, sounds amazing. Karen Mendez, friend of the show here. I've also been on her podcast, The Working World. She is managing a mobility program, Oricon, out of Australia. So Karen's awesome. Love Karen, really super smart.
Yes.
So if people want to watch that, not that they would tune out of this to go watch that, but if they did, how could they find that that speaker series?
Yeah, we have it posted on our LinkedIn, so they could always join us using our LinkedIn post.
Yes.
Like who's like where, like what page, like where?
UTD GMC.
UTD GMC. Yeah.
Yes.
UTD GMC.
Yes. And that should start at 4. So Lakeitha and I will have to jump off now to go set that webinar up. But it was great opportunity.
We're going to stay on for 15 more minutes. Okay. We're going to talk to Nafisa and Rashika, I believe, right? Yep. Okay. And then Jackson and Lakeith are going to go set that up. Thanks so much for stopping by. I've got a couple more questions here for Nafisa and Rashika, so stay tuned here. We will see y'all later, and thanks for everything you're doing. I can't wait to check it out.
All right. Thank you so much, Ben.
Thank you so much, Ben. It
Bye.
was
All
a
right, take
wonderful
care.
opportunity.
Yeah, I'll see you at FEM.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
There we go. All right, awesome.
Number 2.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm still here too, but yeah. Tanya's checking in. Martin saying, "What a group! How many of you going to school to become a mover? You got a lot of people want to be movers at UTD." It's actually a legitimate question.
Mover as in
Like the people who move your household goods. Like, so when you get that amazing job at Tesla and you have to move to Amsterdam to do it or whatever, your stuff has to go with you. So, anybody do that part?
Not me.
I want to like work internationally while I'm young, so
Okay.
definitely me.
So maybe the logistics aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of aspects to global mobility, right? And to relocation that are less, traditionally less desirable, but there's a lot of money in those things too. Like being a mover, I mean, believe it or not, you can make, 6 figures, doing that stuff. So, and frankly, we wouldn't have a supply chain. We wouldn't have the ability to get people places without those folks as well. Especially the same thing on the corporate housing side, people setting up the places where people live. Shane checking in there. Shane volunteering. Billy Ho from Electronic Arts saying technology is an enabler in my opinion, but more importantly is what we want to achieve in supporting of the personal aspects of mobility. With that being said, we are a big fan on equipping people with information to make a well-informed decision to their mobility experience, simplify information, self-service guidance, knowledge libraries, etc. Kind of an answer to the AI question. Richard Majewski from the UK says, I literally took my first Uber today and ended up with a penalty cancellation.
Oh no.
Maybe AI could have helped me there. I think just regular I could have helped you there, Richard.
We're getting there.
That wasn't nice, Rashika. You shouldn't have left it. No, we love you, Richard. At first Uber, huh, Richard? Nice. All right. Richard broke his ankle recently, so thoughts and prayers. Danny says, I recently read that AI can be used when doing in-house virtual surveys. It's interesting. That's like when they basically go in and they count how much furniture and stuff you have to move before the movers actually come out. Drew says, I live right here in Silicon Valley. I watch these things in development, know the developers, et cetera, et cetera. They're not ready for these AI pieces to be released themselves. Change is hard, even for those making the change come to market. That's interesting. Yeah, I find that the people closest to the AI development are the people that are most scared about the AI development.
So is it like kind of agreeing with Elon Musk?
Yeah, they're saying, yeah. They're saying, yeah. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm terrified of this situation and it was kind of interesting. Rashika, I think it was, that made the point basically saying like these things are inevitable. And that sometimes is the scariest part.
Yeah.
Is that we hit a tipping point in the development of these things where we can't stop.
Yeah.
And that's the scary part because y'all have to live here for another 80 years. I might be out of here in 20. I don't know what's going to, but y'all got to live here for another 80 years. And I don't know who's going to be in charge in 80 years. So,
well, just fingers crossed, I guess.
Y'all ever seen Terminator?
I have not.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
No, I heard of it, but
heard of it? Yeah, it's fit to be like a T5 coming out here, I think, in a second. Where the Tesla takes over. No, but no, it's like basically the machines take over and we like have a world war. The machines. But anyway, not to be a downer here. Question. Let's do a quick top 5 here. Oh, and Tanya's saying I was recently in a meeting with Juan Carlos at Microsoft. By the way, somebody I need to have on the show. So Tanya, if you're watching, can you please hook me up with Juan? Because I want to get him on the show. She said I was talking to Juan Carlos at Microsoft. They're looking at ways to utilize AI for their program. the same thinking as shared on this call, which is to help make your job easier, remind you about what's coming up, connect with existing resources, etc. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. In fact, Microsoft's Bing is famously incorporating Chat GPT into their search engine, because most people use Google today for their search engine, but it would be a massive advantage if Bing were to incorporate that, or they do incorporate it, kind of. Rob Zeit says no machine could replace Ben Cross hosting this show. You put the love in Relo.
The best comment.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But you know what could? Deep fakes.
Oh, those are, yeah. Sometimes I can't tell what's real and what's fake.
Yeah, and it's early days.
Mm-hmm.
Tom saying AI is going to replace white collar jobs and robots will replace blue collar jobs. That's exciting, Tom.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not ready.
Yeah. So you know what? Good news is you don't have to worry about the jobs.
Oh gosh.
All right. Top five. Let's do a quick top five. We're gonna do this one off the top here because we don't have a prep on this, but doesn't mean we can't have magic. So we're gonna do a top five. I'm gonna give y'all a category, and I want you to give me the top five in your opinion within this category. Are y'all prepared for that? Y'all ready for it?
A little bit.
A little bit prepared is the name of the show. Okay.
Okay.
So here we go. Top five places to eat at UTD.
Okay, I feel like I really just love Chick-fil-A. That's like my number one.
You're going in reverse order then. If you're starting with number one, that's.
Oh, okay. So we're going 5, 4, 3.
Yeah,
2,
you don't want to go from like the best to the worst. You want to go from like worst to the best usually.
Okay.
Because then you're just disappointed after number one.
I feel like.
So we got to back it. We got to back into this one. So let's just forget we said Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Okay. So then.
I'm just kidding, y'all. We do whatever we want. All right, number 5.
Maybe Panda Express. Yeah. And then there's do you know what the one is called, like the one that's next to Chick-fil-A? I think I've had it once and it wasn't bad. No place on campus is like bad, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The campus food's like okay. There's like housing nearby, like the Northside Apartments, and they have like restaurants there.
Yeah.
So that's where I usually eat. Campus food is like very.
I think we can count that as campus.
That's like outside of campus.
Well, what's the name of the spot then?
It's like the Northside Apartments. So there's.
You don't eat at the apartments, do you?
No, but there's like in front of the apartments, there's like a Thai restaurant.
Oh. Okay, Thai. All
yeah,
right.
Thai, Jimmy John's. There's like the Northside Bar. They have like food there. Yeah.
Hey, is it true? Is it true? There's a bar on campus at UTD?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it
hidden in the
popping or
corner
what?
though?
Yeah.
Like when you walk into like the student union, like the student hub, it's like way past in the hallway.
I just think that's pretty cool.
Like nowhere to be found, but
Nowhere to be found. Is it? Do people go to it or no?
I've seen people in it before. Like I've seen them like during the day, but not like at the bar.
It's 8 a.m. Like what?
I think there's food there too, but I've never been there. So yeah, but it exists. So.
All right. You know, we're gonna have to flip this into an overrated, underrated here. Okay, we're gonna pivot here. All right. So we do another show on this show here, another segment called underrated, overrated. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna give you a topic, and you're gonna tell me if it's overrated or it's underrated. You ready?
Sure.
I need both of you to answer. Okay. It's better if you don't agree with each other, but you can. Okay. All right. Here we go. You ready? Overrated, underrated. Ready?
Yeah.
STEM jobs. Overrated, underrated.
Oh,
overrated. Most people go for it for the pay, but I think there are other jobs out there that are much more interesting, in my opinion. So
I think, yeah, I agree with that.
Overrated. Nice. You know, I respect that stance there. I would tend to agree. Actually, I think there's a lot of high-paying jobs that aren't in science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Although I know UTD tends to lean more towards the harder sciences, but yeah. All right, interesting. All right, cool. I'm gonna give you another one. Not so hard. Food on campus. at UTD? Overrated or underrated?
Overrated.
Overrated, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
All right,
not-
I'm with you. Here's one for you. Global Mobility Club. Overrated,
Underrated.
underrated.
Underrated. Not
Underrated.
many people know about us, but we're
Yeah.
trying to get like our name out there. There's just so
We're
many
doing our
clubs.
best. Yeah.
I would agree. When you have FEM there, trust me, people are gonna be like,
Yeah.
yo, what is cracking over there? What is that about? What's Global Mobility Club? And then y'all come out like $1,500. We just won over here doing a case
You
competition.
want this? Yeah. I feel like, I mean, it's such an interesting thing. I feel like if more students knew about it, like more students, like people do want to go abroad. And there are so many global business students at our school who don't know about the club, but they would love to go abroad or like work or help with relocation and things like that. So, I mean, that's how I got into it. I've always wanted to work with international companies and work abroad, especially like I grew up as an expat. So, like, I wanted to kind of get back into that. So, like, it's really cool. And I feel like there are so many people like that are like me, global business majors who have no idea. You know?
All right. That's a great thing to end on. What is your dream job? Describe your dream job for me. Rishka, you want to go first?
Dream job. Well, I don't have like a specific route I want to go to, but I want to like something that can like help people, and I want to do it like abroad first of all. So like the global mobility space is like great for me to do that. But within it, I don't exactly know what I want to do. I'm still exploring it, which is why I'm, talking with professionals, understanding what they're doing. So hopefully by senior year, I'll get a better idea. But for now, it's very broad.
Help people abroad. I mean, that's good. What year are you currently, Rishka?
I'm a sophomore.
Sophomore, yeah. So you got some time. Very impressive sophomores out here. Nafisa?
For me, I really want to get into the whole like housing, kind of figuring out medical benefits and the benefits aspect of going abroad and relocating someone and their maybe like counseling or repatriation, kind of bringing them back as well. Yeah, I mean, I was on one end of it, so now I'm really excited to like be on the service end of it. So yeah.
Love it. Fantastic. I think you both have an extraordinarily bright future. I am really, really blown away every time I talk to the folks at UTD. The students are just incredible. And I think what y'all are doing with the Global Mobility Club is just fantastic. I absolutely love the tie-in with FEM. The case competition is going to be insane. I can't wait to do that. I can't wait to see all y'all in person there. So stay tuned. Tune in for all of the webinars, the webinar series that they're doing and the speaker series that they're doing. It's fantastic. If you are looking for top talent, looking to come into the global mobility industry, I would highly recommend getting involved with the Global Mobility Club. I would highly recommend getting your company involved with the career fair as well. And I hope everybody registers for the FEM event in May because it's going to be absolutely incredible.
And come watch our webinars.
Yes. We want to plug the webinar series one more time. Where can people find more information?
On LinkedIn, on UTD GMC LinkedIn, all the links are there.
So do they search UTD GMC or do they search University of Texas at Dallas Global Mobility Club? Like what's the best phrase there?
I think you can just search up UTD GMC. That's all our socials and everything. That's what it's called. But there'll probably be like a longer description name there. But all the links are there, and all the speakers who are presenting are going to be there. Their names and their headshots and who they are. Everything is there. So come join because we put a lot of work into it.
And they got something going on right now. So if you ain't got nothing to do, go check that out too. Thank you so much, ladies. This is phenomenal. Everyone out there, thank you so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate you. Stay tuned for more information in the coming weeks on the FEM event. And can't wait to see you all. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like button one more time. Ladies, thanks so much for everything you're doing.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for having us. Really cool opportunity.
Yeah.